Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. I've been on the front lines, scouting, analyzing, and living the NFL grind since the early 2000s. I've seen stars rise, dynasties form, trades shake the league to its core. But what's happening right now with Jackson Dart and the Atlanta Falcons? It's beyond any blueprint I've ever studied. This isn't just a rumor, it's a seismic shift that could redefine the NFC South and maybe the entire NFC itself. I guarantee it. And trust me, I have sources, connections deep inside the league that whisper secrets so explosive, even the biggest insiders are holding their breath. But what I'm about to reveal might just be the biggest story of 2026. Now, if you want the full scoop, the kind of deep dive only a guy with my background can provide, then you need to be all in. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and ring the bell, because what I'm about to lay out isn't for everyone. Only those who crave the truth, who want to see the league from inside out, will truly understand the magnitude. You're either in or out, and trust me, this is one story you don't want to miss. Let's start with the team that's at the heart of this potential upheaval, the Atlanta Falcons. Since the hiring of Kevin Stefanski as head coach, I knew big things were brewing. The Falcons, they've been stuck in this limbo, talent on paper, but inconsistent results, a carousel of quarterbacks, and a front office that's desperate for a breakthrough. Their recent roster, especially on offense, is a perfect mirror of that. Bijan Robinson, a transcendent talent, but surrounded by a patchwork of receivers and an uncertain quarterback situation. Michael Penix Jr. flashed flashes of brilliance, but injuries kept him from truly conquering the league, and the coaching stability remains question-marked. To make matters worse, the defense, once a top concern, has shown sparks but lacks consistency. Their biggest weakness. The same story as every team that dreams big but falls short, the quarterback position. The Falcons have been chasing the next franchise guy since Matt Ryan's departure, but no one's truly stuck. Kyle Pitts has flashes, Drake London's potential is off the charts, but without stability at QB, all those flashes become sparks lost in the dark. Their offensive line struggles with pass protection, and their receiver core needs speed and reliable hands. And with the NFC South not exactly a powerhouse division anymore, they see this as their year to make a move, but they need that game changer under center. Now I've studied their film, and trust me, the analytics don't lie. The Falcons are a team crying out for a spark, a true difference maker who can elevate their offensive scheme, ignite their fans, and finally push them into the playoffs. Their run game is solid, but it's their passing attack that's holding them back. And when you watch their film on offense, it's clear. They need a versatile, pocket-pressuring, playmaking quarterback who can also extend plays with his legs. Someone who can take the pressure off their defense, which has been improving but still leaks points. Their defense, by the way, is solid, but needs that extra edge, a quarterback who can put up points consistently and take pressure off the scheme. And just when you think that's enough for the Falcons to pull off a splash move, take a look at their current cap situation. They've got some room to maneuver, especially if they're willing to make some tough cuts, but most importantly, they're looking for that one player who can step in and change everything. Enter Jackson Dart. Now I know some of you are asking, wait, Dart? The guy from the Giants. How does that even make sense? Well, that's where the story gets wild. Dart's journey to this moment is nothing short of a saga. Coming out of Ole Miss, he was viewed as a potential first-round pick, a dual-threat nightmare with a cannon arm, excellent agility, and a fearless mentality. His college tape, explosive. He was the type of quarterback who could change the game on a whim, long throws, tight window completions, and deadly running ability. But NFL scouts, as you know, are cautious with mobile QBs who have injury histories, especially concussions. Dart's NFL debut in 2025 was a roller coaster, flashes of Mahomes-like mobility, a knack for clutch plays, but also injury concerns that haunted him all season. His rookie year, it was a tale of moments. Starting mid-season, Dart quickly proved he belongs, leading the Giants to a string of wins with a rare combination of arm talent and athleticism. His stats, not eye-popping yet, but the advanced metrics tell a different story. His yards per attempt, high. His completion percentage, good especially on rollout throws and deep balls. His rushing yards, historic for a quarterback of his age, surpassing many established dual threats. In fact, his 5-game streak of rushing touchdowns put him on a level with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson early in their careers. Those are not small comparisons. And here's the kicker. The scouts and insiders who have watched his progression closely believe Dart is a late bloomer, a quarterback whose true ceiling hasn't even been scratched yet. His pocket presence, combined with his rushing threat, makes defenses constantly adjust. He's a nightmare to game plan against. His high-contact style? It's a double-edged sword, yes. Injuries, especially concussions, have haunted him, but the internal belief is that with the right system, proper medical protocol, and coaching, Dart can stay healthy long enough to hit his prime. The Giants see him as a future star, but are also pragmatic. They're in an interesting position. They're rebuilding under new management, looking to capitalize on Dart's potential, but they also know they need to surround him with playmakers. The offseason chatter. They're contemplating upgrades at receiver, upgrading their offensive line, and even exploring trade options to bolster the supporting cast. But let's be honest, the real prize here, the game changer, is a quarterback who can turn a franchise around. And that's where Atlanta enters this picture. The Falcons, front office, led by GM Ian Cunningham, and the new coaching staff led by Kevin Stefanski, are known for their strategic thinking. They want a quarterback who can slot perfectly into their scheme, someone athletic, intelligent, and with that extra edge that can carry the team on his shoulders. When you analyze their offensive scheme, it's clear. They want a quarterback who can execute play action, escape pressure, and hit deep shots, all while keeping defenses honest with quick reads. Dart fits that mold perfectly. He's a dual threat the Falcons desperately need to shake off their recent playoff drought. Now, how could such a trade even happen? Is it feasible? Well, here's what I've uncovered from my sources. The Giants, they're not just looking to move Dart for the sake of it. They see value in him, and his development is still ongoing. The key is the compensation they want in return. My intel suggests that the Giants are looking for a combination of draft picks and maybe a veteran or two to accelerate their rebuild. The Falcons. They've got some capital, draft picks, young players with upside, and a desire to be aggressive. They might be willing to part with a future first-rounder, a mid-round pick, plus some bonus assets. Cap-wise, it gets tricky but not impossible. Dart's rookie deal is affordable, around $13.5 million over 4 years, with a cap hit that's manageable for Atlanta. The Giants could absorb that, especially if they get some draft capital back. The biggest challenge: ensuring that Dart's medical history, specifically his concussion concerns, doesn't scare off the Falcons or cause issues in the trade negotiations. Now here's where it gets even more complex. The potential package might include a mid-round pick, maybe a young player with upside like a linebacker or a receiver, plus a conditional future pick depending on Dart's performance. All parties would need to be aligned, but the strategic benefits are enormous. The Falcons get their franchise quarterback, the Giants get a treasure trove of assets, and both teams with a clear vision. A win-win on paper if the stars align. From a scheme fit, it's perfect. Stefanski's offense favors a mobile quarterback, a guy who can extend plays and make quick decisions. Dart's film shows he's exactly that. Comparisons? Think of a mix between Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, rare athleticism, accuracy, and an innate ability to improvise. His projection under a coaching staff like Stefanski. Big things. Worst-case scenario. He struggles with injuries, gets overwhelmed by the moment, or the league adapts to his style. But the upside: a transcendent quarterback who could help Atlanta finally break the playoff drought and maybe, just maybe, become a franchise legend. So here's my final take. This isn't just some pipe dream. It's a calculated move simmering behind closed doors, driven by the urgency of winning now, the recognition of Dart's potential, and Atlanta's desire to leap to elite status. The dominoes are falling, and I expect this saga to unfold during the early months of the offseason, possibly surprising everyone, even the most plugged-in insiders. Now, what's next? Watch for leaked reports, subtle hints from both teams, and key NFL insiders dropping hints about Dart's future. The clock is ticking, and I believe we're on the brink of a trade that will shake up the league's perception of both Dart and the Falcons. Get ready, because this story is only getting started. This isn't just a rumor, it's a revolution. And you saw it here first. The league's next giant move, It might just be around the corner, and I promise you'll want to see it happen live. Buckle up. The NFL is about to change forever.